One, a tool. These two things should fix my PlayStation 3 issue. Sort of. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? My name is David DeFranco, and welcome back to another episode of Video Game Flips. This is kind of like part 2 of the previous episode. The PlayStation 3 Slim that my dude Steve sent me. Steve, thank you very much. Great working condition in regards to power, meaning I've got the standby LED and it looks like it fully boots. But the thing is, I cannot confirm whether that's true because unfortunately the HDMI connector on the back of the PS3 Slim is bent. And by that I mean there are like 3 or 4 pins bent. And shout out to everyone who tried helping. I had one person say, well, David, have you tried hard resetting the PS3 by holding down the power button? Yes, I've tried that. What I'm experiencing right here is a hardware issue, like a physical hardware issue, which means that the HDMI connector is physically incapable of talking to the HDMI cable and the PS3. There's just no conversation going on because there's no physical connection. If those pins don't meet those contacts, then it's physically impossible for the PlayStation 3 to output an HDMI signal. It's got nothing to do with hard resetting. It's not even related to hard resetting, but I appreciate the effort. This is pretty much guaranteed to work. So thankfully the PlayStation 3 came out during a time where HDMI wasn't even the standard. And actually, fun fact for you, the PlayStation 3 back then was the best way of watching Bluetooth movies on a budget. Because back then, Blu-ray players were what, like $700, $800? The PlayStation 3 was considered a deal. I mean, for just that alone, watching Blu-ray movies. And fun fact, back then when the PlayStation 3 came out, I'll never forget overhearing some guy was talking to his girlfriend or his wife or whoever, saying that, yeah, I want to buy this HDMI cable. It's $80. I'm like, dude, I felt like speaking up and saying, you don't need to pay $80. But you know what? I wanted to mind my own business plus social anxiety. And I just let him spend that $80 on that HDMI cable. Nowadays, you can get an HDMI cable for what, like $1 or $2? They're so incredibly common and cheap. And actually, I have a tub or container filled with HDMI cables. Fast forwarding to today, 2026, yeah, that's not an issue. But thankfully, the PlayStation 3, like I said, it was new for its time in regards to HDMI. So in other words, a lot of people back then weren't even using HDMI. So Sony also gave their customers the choice, and the choice is always a beautiful thing, of using RCA, composites video, or even S-video in this case. So here we go. This is a third-party multi-AV adapter with composites, left and right audio, as well as S-video. But of course, this is an HD TV. We're living in 2026, so most HD TVs don't have RCA inputs. So I got this, a cheap $10 adapter, RCA to HDMI converter. And guys, I'll be linking this right below if you're interested. And actually, I just realized this actually requires USB power on the side, which is very interesting. And check it out, you can actually switch between 720p and 1080p. That is actually really cool. So yes, of course, I'm not going to get a great audio and video signal. That's not the point. The whole point of this adapter is to just get this PlayStation 3 up and running because, well, if I can get video and audio confirmation that this thing is working as intended, aside from the HDMI port, then I can put this thing on eBay for like $50 instead of 80 because honestly, I'm probably not gonna go through the effort of fixing the HDMI connector myself. It's just not worth the effort with all the screws and all the parts. I'm not going to mess with it. Time is money, and I just want to get this thing back on eBay and back on the road. So that is my plan. However, I will say, I'm a very optimistic, glass half full kind of guy, and that's why I'm confident in saying the following. I enjoy running into problems like this because those problems turn into solutions in the future. And if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't have bought this as early as I did. Again, this is the RCA to HDMI converter. So this is now my new primary conversion device for anything I get in the future, such as old consoles. I don't know, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, things that use RCA back then. Sega Dreamcast, I love my Sega Dreamcast. So now anytime I get any consoles that are old enough to use this, I can just plug it in, plug in HDMI, bada bing, bada boom, we are good to go. Okay, let's get this multi-AV cable connected. And by the way, I will be linking both of these products right below, so check them out. They are great if you're looking to get your old consoles up and running, but I mean, for those less techie, you are not going to get a native HDMI signal. If anything, it's going to be quite blurry. So yeah, with that said, obviously going the HDMI route is always going to be better. All right, I'm gonna get these connected and we'll boot the PlayStation 3 and hopefully this time it works. Okay, so here is the PlayStation 3 Slim. In general, the overall condition is excellent. Yeah, it's missing the feet on the bottom. It looks like the warranty sticker was ripped off. So I think somebody at some point was messing with this and maybe that's how the pins got bent. I'm not sure. But like I said, Sony thankfully does actually give you the choice right there of using the AV multi-out. So that's a big deal. That's a very, very consumer-friendly move. I like that. Now, of course, we don't get that option on today's consoles because we don't need that option. That would be kind of gross. But speaking in regard to the PS3 days, that is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So thankfully that fits in there just fine. And it's nice and tight. It's snug. It is not loose like the HDMI port was, or HDMI cable rather. Man, by the way, check it out. They really hit you with these ads. That's why the TV was so cheap. I don't mind it, honestly. I don't mind it. Kind of keeps the TV looking interesting. Okay, let's plug this in. So here we go. Left and right audio. All right, very basic stuff. Let's plug in USB power, and I'm pretty sure I have a port back here. Okay, we are good to go in that regard, and thankfully my TV's got dual USB ports on the back, and I think I'm just gonna permanently leave this plugged in on the back. That way we can just use this in the future because Video Game Flips is just getting started, guys. Just getting started. I plugged in the HDMI output, and of course, we cannot forget the beautiful 6-axis controller. There ain't nothing beautiful about this controller. It's one of my least favorite controllers of all time. It's just not really that great, in my opinion. It's not that great at all. Did the TV just go to sleep, even though I set the sleep timer for 60 minutes? Dear Lord. Wake up. All right, let's go to HDMI port 1. Where is my cursor? This is what happens when you sit like a foot from the TV. HDMI 1, okay. And here we go. Come on. Something's going on. No signal. Wow, okay. So that's cool. I have never seen this blue screen on here before, but that's because we're seeing video from this conversion adapter. So if I unplug it, okay, we're not, honestly, I thought that would go away. Okay, but anyway, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. So here we go. Turning on the PlayStation 3 Slim. This should work. This should work. Let's switch, oh. We are good to go. We are good to go. It looks like shit, but we are good to go. All right, here we go, guys. Let's put the PlayStation 3. Okay, let's just leave it right there. I'm not gonna touch anything. But come here. I don't bite. I mean, unless you want me to. Let's see what we have on this PlayStation 3. Yo, guys, we are good to go. We are good to go. My first working PlayStation 3. HDMI issues aside, this is a fully working PlayStation 3. All right, so we logged into someone named Joseph. Let me see what I can do with the TV and video settings. If I can find that, I forget. Here we go, video settings. I'm not sure what we're gonna see in regards to resolution. Okay, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. PlayStation 3, in my opinion, has always had an overcomplicated menu system. I think back then it was called, what, the XMB, Cross Media Bar UI? I could be wrong, but they always gave us way too many settings. Like, look, why does my PlayStation 3 need to print to a printer? Answer me that question. I don't know why Sony gave us so many options. Now, I'm sure someone's gonna argue, well, David, more options is better. Yes and no. This is a gaming console. This is a gaming console. We don't need all of these settings. Now, thankfully, the PlayStation 5 is very in-depth, and I love the UI on that system. They give me so many options, so many controls, even right down to my 5.1 and the angling of the speakers. I love that. But this was overkill for back then in the PlayStation 3 days. Again, a printer? A printer. All right. Theme settings. Let's see what themes they had. Air paint. Huh. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. It's kind of cool inside. It's kind of bright in here. I'll work on that in future videos. Wow, these icons look terrible. The background's cool, but the icons are horrendous. I don't know. That's makes me think of the Android users who like to use the Disney font for everything. Sorry, I gotta keep it down. But seriously, let's go to games and see what we have here. Funimation, NASCAR 15 demo, Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 demo, Frozen Freefall, Snowball Fight. Guys, we gotta try Frozen. We gotta try some Frozen up in here. Come on, baby. This is the whole point of this series, is to just have fun. And of course, make some money in the process. Also, I could say this is packed with games, like demos and whatever. And obviously, I'm gonna make a note to myself to see what this has on it, and that could boost the value a little bit, because obviously not having a working HDMI port hurts the sale quite a bit. But for those casual gamers who just want to hook this up to a TV and play games like this, who cares? You know, who cares? It looks like it's trying to work. It's loading in the background, but it says please wait. So I don't know what it's doing. Okay, there we go. Now keep in mind, there's obviously going to be quite a bit of input lag, so I don't expect for me to be good at this game, and even then, this probably isn't really a good game. I'm just so thrilled, you know, that the PlayStation 3 Slim is working. We are good to go, guys. We are good to go. I'm so close to this TV. So what is this, like a snowball fight game? I'm very, very curious. I don't expect to play Frozen today on YouTube, but here we are. That's the beautiful thing about video game flips. You never know what you're gonna experience. Man, really long loading times. Reach the target score before you run out of moves. Okay. Oh, it's a puzzle game? So it's like Candy Crush. Interesting. Okay. Huh. I could kind of get behind this. Like, I don't think it would keep me busy for too long. Wait a minute. I'm having throwbacks right now, guys. I think I've played this. This feels familiar. All right, either way. How do you quit? Okay, quit. All right. March 18th, 8:56 p.m. What is today's date? I think today is the 18th, right? Yeah, today's the 18th. Clearly the time's wrong, but that's okay. All right, let's see what else is on here, and then I'll let you guys go. I'm just so glad that adapter works, and you know we're not totally out of luck. Madden 13 demo, Wipeouts at Napkin Museum, Marvel Pinball demo, very cool. Street Fighter 3, Third Strike, Online Edition, Trial, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and Bejeweled. We gotta play some Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Yeah, we have to. We have to. It's just a shame I'm like a foot from the screen. I think I'm gonna make some adjustments to my setup and make this more comfortable for myself, so I can, you know, actually comfortably sit back. Jesus, that is so loud. Why is that so loud? Wait, is it only multiplayer? I can't do single local match? Yo. I'm not gonna plug in a controller. Okay, well, let's just see what else is on here, and then I'll wrap the video. I don't think a lot of people use their PlayStation 3s for music, but I am curious to see if I can find any kind of music on here, and videos and all that stuff. So let's see here. Let's go to music. Wow. I stand corrected. What is this?
Whatever.
Eminem? Yo. All right. Respect. Dude, that is awesome. Video, they don't have anything on here. And then, wasn't there a photo category? Yeah, photo gallery. Oh, we got people's pictures. I don't know if I can show that. I'm not sure if I can show that because it's people's privacy. But I can look at them. Oh, sign in. You want to quit? Hold on. That's a photo gallery app. Yeah, so we've got pictures here. All right. All right. Okay. Cannot show that on YouTube. These are people's pictures. And by the way, it's nothing bad. It's just these aren't pictures I'm really comfortable showing on camera. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, guys, there you go. Huge success. The PlayStation 3 Slim works perfectly fine. Oh, you know what? I did not test the game. That would be wise, huh? I'll be right back. What do you see? I boot up The Sims 3. I've never played this on PlayStation 3. I've only played it on PC, but I'm pretty sure I found this at Goodwill. Yeah, there's a little sticker residue left there. So let's give this a shot. Can you guys even see the PlayStation 3? You cannot. All right, let's see here. Come on. Suck it in. Take it. We are good to go, guys. We are good to go. Today's a good day. Today is a good day. And let's just make sure it reads correctly. Yo, this is awesome. Very cool. Will be installed now. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Even back in the PlayStation 3 days. You just can't play your game right away, can you? Can't sit a line, can you, Russ? Installing. Ow. Hopefully this line speeds up because I'm not about to wait here for like 50 minutes or whatever. I should have put in a simpler game, you know, something that just boots right away. Okay, I was not about to wait and just waste time basically for The Sims. So I ran downstairs and got this, a game I also got at Goodwill, Virtual Tennis 3. And in theory, this is a much simpler game. And hopefully it will not require installation. But I will say this, the fact that The Sims 3 was starting to install, that just tells me, look, the disk drive works just fine. So let's just say this plays a game, and then we are good to go. Huge success, guys, huge success. Again, it's not perfect because of the HDMI, but honestly, that's an easy fix for someone looking to tinker with this console. Me personally, not so much right now, maybe in the future. But I'm just in the mood to, you know, get stuff in, test it, push it back out on eBay, and go from there. And speaking of, if you guys want to check out my eBay, it is linked right below, defrain.co/eBay. All right, good start, good start. Not a big tennis guy, but we'll do a quick exhibition here. I like tennis, but... Yep. These are my favorite tennis athletes. Definitely. I'd rather be on the bottom. Random. All right, here we go. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. That's me. There's such a delay with the conversion. The conversion adapter. This is actually kind of fun. I mean, tennis is like just glorified ping pong. Whoa. Dude, the animation's really nice. The way they slide. Did you see that? I'm kind of a pro, guys. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Suck it. Oh, what? Oh. Yo, why is she so good? I don't like her. I don't like her. Seriously, though. That was actually kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, kind of makes me want to get into tennis. I'm just not a big sports guy. Reflective. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That was a lot of fun. Huge success. Huge success. I'm so glad, you know, everything's working from the PlayStation 3 itself to the adapter and the multi-AV adapter. Guys, that's a huge deal in itself. Again, moving forward, anytime I get something older in that does not have HDMI, honestly, it's that easy. I just plug the RCA into the HDMI conversion and we are good to go. So this opens me up to a ton of older consoles that I would love to get my hands on. And please, if you have any old consoles that you want to send my way, let me pay you. Email me right below, davidfran.co/contact, or reach out on Instagram. That's exactly what Steven did. So Steven, look at that. Thank you, dude. It worked out. Yeah, HDMI, not a big deal. Life goes on. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Happy gaming, and I'll talk to you soon.